Things you absolutely do not allow at your table.
Me.
Yes.
just me. Everything I encompass. Everything surrounding me.
I've recently been seeing a trend among GMs being treated as daycare professionals or pro bono psychologists, with people actually taking their issues. This is patently ridiculous, and I wanted to get other people's opinions on what they don't allow under any circumstances at the table. For me, it's no personal baggage, no politics, no religious talks, no phones unless it's for dice roller app, no food we can eat after the game / away from the table. What about you? No food?
I know, I want my picky bits. Although, look, let's be serious, you can't really trust Neckbeards to not rub their greasy fucking paws on absolutely everything.
A couple of fucking napkins, but I like doing a wee picky when I'm playing
Yeah,
a game.
same, I like a bit of a picky, but look, I'm used to playing online, so I suppose my...
Yeah.
Let me get the smelliest food out. Sure, you're not the child in school with the smelly sandwiches?
Yeah. Yeah, smelly sandwiches. But they were nice.
They were very tasty, I'm sure.
I haven't played D&D in over a decade. But there was a dude in our group that I couldn't personally stand. It was a deep, mutual antipathy, but our characters were a strong team for a long time and close allies. It was a weird dynamic because outside of the game, I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire, but for the duration of the game, we were practically best friends. You'd think at some point our mutual hatred would show up in a play, or maybe getting along in game for so long would mellow shit out, but in 7 years it never did. Anyway, fuck that asshole dish. But I miss playing with him. That's strange.
That's a weird yin. It's almost like a yin-yang sort of situation. I do feel like, after 7 years, you would kind of think it would mellow out a bit.
Yeah.
You would think that, okay, look, I know he's a bit of a dick, but
no, some people, if you just don't like him, you don't fucking like them. Regardless of how many times you're forced to be around them.
Well, it's nice that they were able to actually get over that.
And play
be
a game.
Able to actually, and not spoil the fun
That's
for everyone else.
That's called being an adult.
Yeah, but Megan, we're playing children's games here.
Well, yes.
Let's not pretend that we're adults about anything in this situation,
My table is usually good, except for the whole personal baggage part. A few examples from my games. A couple who's been with us since day one. Relationships started getting rocky over the years to the point where the guy would passive-aggressively target and harass the girl in game, whether as a player or a DM. Stuff like, I know everyone else did this action, but when you do it, something comes out and attacks you for 5/6 of your HP. It leaves your character permanently scarred. Drop the guy from future games, but this specific group disbands. 2 friends got close and started hanging out more prior to the game. Thought it would be a good way to introduce one of them to Tabletop, and he agreed because his friend was playing. He ended up really liking it. Unfortunately, he also likes his friend, and she doesn't feel the same way. Says he can't even be in the same room as her anymore, it hurts so much. I tried talking it out with him, but he gets upset and says I shouldn't be telling him how he should and shouldn't feel. Group gets put on indefinite hiatus until he sorts his shit out. Friend in a different group is playing a rogue halfling. His turns take forever because in-game he keeps trying to get free shit and cheese extra attacks. Tell him out of game he's genuinely being annoying and to cut it out. Start having a panic attack at the table. Game wraps up quickly and we spend the rest of the night consolidating him. Group disbands afterwards. Seems like you've got pretty fucking shitty luck, mate.
Okay, so first off, the first one, the leadership one, yeah, they're fucked. If the leadership's broken down that much, I'm sorry, you guys are fucked. The second one, I mean, nothing wrong with kissing your homies goodnight and all that. Like, sometimes you gotta let homies know how you feel, and well, most people that watch us are between the ages of 18 to 35. Mm-hmm. So that sort of thing happens to people in and around that age group.
The third one, stop being so sensitive.
Stop being a rogue. That's all I've got to say. Just stop. Like,
a rogue halfling.
A rogue halfling. Oh, I want to steal extra stuff and do extra damage. Huh.
If I'm not allowed, panic attack.
It sounds like pure Ian in the background. Honestly, he's just being a rogue.
If I wanted to be a psychologist, I would have studied in college. At least then I could charge you hourly for this bullshit. They're completely fine with everything else, but there's always one small issue that they're too afraid to deal with or can't emotionally handle that blows everything up. It's like an actual time bomb. It's gotten hard writing up new material because the thought of this won't get past 10 sessions is always in the back of my mind.
I suppose you are going to have to deal with that. Like,
or just find a better group, find better people.
It's really difficult to find. Like, see, once you get a good group, I've said this before and I've said this again, you got to give all your homies good blueies.
Yeah.
Like, once you get that good group, once you've got that dynamic going and you're really happy with it, you got to hold it together. It's one thing finding it, it's another thing keeping it
together.
You know, and finding it's the first part, but keeping it together is just as difficult, if not harder.
For me, no dice rollers.
Use actual dice.
Yeah. No erotic roleplay.
Yes.
Unless everybody's willing to do it.
I'm not willing to do it, so I'm not in that group, right?
No electronics.
It depends on what you need it for.
No drugs of any kind.
Hey.
This includes caffeine.
No.
I want to have my sody pop.
Look, I know a lot of people that can't even function without 5 tenths of Red Bull in the morning.
I know. No any inappropriate attire.
What do you mean, showing up with like a fairy tale? I mean, like, how bad does your attire have to be be like, you know what? Okay.
This is on the rules now.
Okay, on a grade of Grim Reaper t-shirt to fairy tale, like, where in the spectrum are we?
No non-playing significant others or friends who just want to watch.
You know, like, some people, like, you know, just watching is a good way to join in and for them to, like, you know, to watch a game, see how it plays, and then maybe they want to be interested. My only thing is shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's it.
No rule lawyering. We're kind of doing this now.
Yeah, well, I think rules need to be down to the DM. The DM needs to be consistent with it as long as they keep it the same.
Yeah. No background music other than DM.
Yeah.
No dialogue in combat outside of your turn and outside of the 6 seconds allotted to you.
That seems fair enough.
No custom dice other than the dice provided to you. No!
Okay, there is a lot of people out there with the stupidest, most ugly dice that you can't even read. But let them use their own dice.
No bringing your own books. They will be provided for you.
I don't know what to make of that at all, but...
No personal journals. All notes will be written in DM, allowed journal, and collected at the end of the session.
Is this a Sigma meal? Is this a Sigma meal DM?
Oh, I never bring a fucking pencil, apparently, so I don't have a journal.
I don't know what to make of this.
No yawning or screeching.
Okay, I can get the screeching rule.
But yawning, you can't help if you're going to yawn. No shit accents. That's you, James.
I'm banned. Look, I don't even do accents a lot of the time.
No shit excuses for missed sessions.
They're always shit excuses.
Yeah, they are. No D&D games, only Pazio games.
Giga Chad, Pathfinder Ascendant, gang, am I right?
No bad hygiene.
Yeah.
Yes. No unnecessary sound while eating.
I feel like we're getting discriminated against here, Megan.
No rape jokes.
Yeah.
No trans jokes.
Yeah.
No racial jokes. No dark jokes.
No.
Depend on the crowd.
It depends on the group and also depends on the vibe and what type of game you're going.
No violating other characters' consent.
Seems reasonable enough, seeing as I know what some people are up to.
Yeah. No using societal?
Guys, ladies,
Dungeon masters.
Is that like pronouns?
So
now?
don't use pronouns?
Is this like a new thing? I don't know. I don't know.
No Lord of the Rings references.
Hold up. Hold up.
No pop culture references.
Hold up.
No arriving late. Door will be locked.
Again, Sigma meal mindset. Am I right, guys?
No slouching in chairs. This has to be a joke. No asking, what's happening? Or, I wasn't paying attention. Me.
Yes.
No questioning potholes. No derailing. No metagaming. No questioning roles. No hiding your roles. No custom minifigures. They would be provided for you from the neckbeardia.co.uk website.
Yeah, we got it all.
No using minifigures or dice after eating without using antibacterial wipes.
I'm actually on board with that.
No sneezing or coughing on dice.
Yeah.
No nose picking.
Yeah.
No bathroom breaks unsupervised.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like, sometimes you gotta... Sometimes, right, your homie might have a bad stomach, and, like, you know, it's important to make sure that, like, you know, their insides, okay. And, like, you know, I'm just saying you should check it out sometimes. Maybe get a second opinion.
No sexist jokes. No innuendos. No double meanings. No shoes allowed in game room. No sitting on game tables or chairs. You have floor padding. No leaving until session is over. No family emergencies. No homebrew. No third-party content, regardless if it's been sanctioned by Pazzi or not.
Well, here, we do have some subclasses, just saying.
Yeah.
But they're meant for 5th edition, not Pathfinder. Sorry, guys.
No rulers or compasses outside of ones that are provided. No pens or pencils outside of mechanical pencils that are provided.
Oh, good for you.
No custom character art. No waifus.
No waifus. No.
No recording equipment. No doodling in journals or on-game map. No pointing with your fingers. No pointing with anything. No erections. No obscene gestures or words. No in-character slurs. No whispering. That's about it.
I must say that has to be the single most Sigma male mindset post I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I want to know this guy. I think he's truly ascended to next level.
Yeah.
Although, honestly, I think to make this, like, I feel like this is like the basis for a good copy pasta. Instead of Pazio, we should have just done GURPS instead.
Yeah.
But, like, that's neither here nor there. He almost got there. He almost got a perfect 10 out of 10 copy pasta.
Hey guys, do you like models in your tabletop role-playing games? 'Cause we do too. Do you like having big bitty waifus on your table? 'Cause we do too. We got human biddies, we got lizard biddies, we got orc biddies, oni biddies, cat bussies. We've got everything you want at neckbeardia.co.uk.
Check the links down below, it helps us out a lot.
Sorry for interrupting the video, let's get on with the story. No fucking pets. I have a friend who brings his dog with him every time. Difficult to get involved in a game or build an atmosphere when it needs being let out, petted, or fed every fucking 5 minutes. It's like having a retarded child with ADHD running loose in the room. I play at home to get away from typical GW clientele.
Honestly, I feel like they're calling out our dog.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking mental, he bounces off the walls. But he's a very loving and very sweet wee thing. Also, he's got an Instagram, so I'll post it.
He just wants you to play with his... or throw his ball. I don't
Yeah,
want to say play with his balls.
Yeah.
He has none.
He's a very sweet little boy, so he is. He's a very good boy.
One of the worst players I ever DM'd for would get high for it, and he'd turn into a zombie. You'd have to remind him when it was his turn. Occasionally had to remind him what was going on. One session we just skipped his turns because he turned into a drilling retard that day. I wanted to kick him out, but everyone else at the table wanted to hang out as a group. It wasn't until that day he got so high that he basically wasn't there, and that they were fine with me kicking him out.
Fair enough.
How baked do you have to be?
Like all I'm saying is, I think the difference is, if you're going to smoke a bit of green, it does turn you into a bleeding dead zombie.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything's going to get done.
No.
Like, you're not going to be able to interact. I'm going to assume he's really fucking stoned. Mm-hmm. But if you end up getting drunk, you get a bit too enthusiastic. So it's like it's either you're not there or you're in everyone's fucking face being like, oh guys, let's do this. Come on guys.
And if you're
it's gonna
drinking
be really fun.
and smoking, you're just throwing up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You may as well just give up. What is the best, like, okay, if you're gonna play role-playing games, what drugs would be the best ones for that? I'm gonna say any form of methamphetamine, like any form of wipeout drug. But you're never gonna, like, you're gonna be playing for like 5 minutes and then you're gonna get sidetracked.
Oh, you know what'd be the worst?
What?
Like LSD, you'd be fucking like hallucinating all the fucking characters.
Oh god. Well, maybe a bit of DMT or something that might help.
Yeah.
Let us know. What do you think's the best performance enhancing drug of
Viagra?
Oh god, it probably is. Ironically, it actually is.
Arrive at session. Air filled with unicorn cum, vape, and gutter bin hash. DM grins with browned, enamel-ruined teeth. Oh, hi, Anon. I was busy playing your character for you. Wasn't even late. Just wanted to ERP with my character. Sigh, and sit down to begin session. Crackpot party members all begin arguing over which background music is better. They shuffle between orchestra and fucking trap music. DM begins the session. Tar party members in unison begin screaming out about Mordor and the One Tree Ring. Time trademarked. Make it stop. .png. The shit references continue for 20 minutes. DM introduces barkeep at Starting Town's Tavern. Dragonborn female. Wizard. I want to say I like a bunch of melons. Her melons. Barbarian. I want to put my sword into that dragon. Christ almighty. DM puts down battle map of tavern. Starts asking for everyone's minis. Half of the people's minis are either half painted or overdone with 3 inches bases, unable to fit into the grid. One mini is caked in crust.
We all know what crust that is.
Mm-hmm. Combat starts. Rounds are taking an hour apiece with 3 party members because of all the chattering. The barbarian has fallen asleep at the table, and the wizard is trying to determine the range of his spells and remeasuring it. Phone rings and the barbarian wakes up to answer it. It's clearly a robocall because no one fucking uses the phone to call anyone anymore. Barbarian. My mum fell down and needs me to come home. DM. That's okay, man. I'm a chill dude. I'll just use your character because I know how to play him. Barbarian leaves. Fast forward. It's been 6 hours. There's only pain. DM has lost all control of the session trying to be the cool guy.
That is a very good point, trying to be the cool guy. Mm-hmm. There is a very hard line to cross there. Like, what do you let players do absolutely anything and everything that they want? Now, the problem is you need to always be able to counterbalance them. Yeah. It's very difficult to... I feel like that's the biggest part where a lot of people struggle with the whole you golden GM, all that type of shit. It is hard, and the problem is with DMs, they are essentially target anchors. Yeah. I'm going to assume over half of DMs are target anchors at this point. Yeah. I don't know when this happened. Guardbros can definitely attest. Guardbros, get in the comments there and say how much you have to...
wrangle Jameson.
Guardbros, I just shit myself again. You might be arse for me. I fucked up, guys. I fucked up. That's what it feels like a lot of the time.
I run an open table game, so anyone is allowed to drop in or out at their leisure. But they're all given a small piece of paper that has my rules on it. They're told that if they don't follow the rules, then I can't run for them and they'll be asked to leave. The rules are: leave your phone away from the table. You can get up to go check if you need to, but no one sitting or standing at the table can be on their phones or tablets. Your character does not have a backstory. The backstory is the stuff that happened in the session before this one. If I come to your turn in combat and you're not paying attention, I'll skip over you. We take 15-minute break every 2 hours. PvP isn't encouraged, but I will not stop you all from maiming one another. You will not survive my adventures if you do not constantly work all together. All actions taken by players are announced to the entire table. If you reach 0 HP, you do not roll a save. You die. You may roll up another level 1 character, or offer your seat to someone behind you. You will earn experience points based on the amount of treasure you recover from dungeons and return safely to town. If you show up on time and play keenly, you will earn treasure. If you miss or show up late, you will miss out. This is the way I ran games for 2 decades now, and it seems to work. They're all pretty fucking solid to me.
I think across the board, yeah. The only one I could see is maybe with phones, but like I'm going to assume he's playing in a game store. They've probably got sheets already there. If you need a calculator, bring a calculator instead. Yeah. The problem is you do get a lot of Zoomers that can't, that end up just diddling about on their phones, checking Facebook or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The only thing with me is I would like to have my phone, especially with me being a mother now. Yeah. And I can imagine people who have kids like to have their phone on the table just in case something happens.
Yeah, but we're not that's not for most people. I know. You know what I mean? Everything else, yeah, I think I could agree with across the board.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything.
They sound very reasonable to me, and if it's working for him, then definitely, I think that's the way to go forward.
Anyone who makes comments about sexual themes or hidden fetishes in my world building, or mentions words like kummer or related shit, gets a single warning, and if they do it again, it's an instant kick.
Wait, so are they calling you a kummer?
Maybe. But you're a kummer. You're evil, bad, wrong think. You obsess over sex. You can't live without it. No. If you look at anything and stretch your brain enough, you can associate anything with a fetish in game. And that's what these people do.
Honestly, yeah, no, there's I can definitely attest to that. There's people that have turned almost into Puritans over this sort of stuff, but I feel like the reason for that is it's a reactionary effect. Yeah. Because
it's just getting out of hand,
because a lot of these sexual themes have got so fucking over the top, and I feel like people are now starting to
reverting back in.
It's more like a knee-jerk reaction to come across anything. Does that make any weird sense?
The people who obsess over rooting out and exposing relations between shit I put in my world and fetishes they could be related to are the obsessive ones who can't live without their need to try and claim some arbitrary moral purity over a group of retards playing make-believe with algebra. And I'm not gimping my world, storytelling, or narrative to pander to these people. Look at Ian Watson. He gets memed as pervy, but all his works and descriptions are all very visceral. They give a lot of detail and invoke strong emotions and mental images, which is just a symbol of good storytelling. That's what I try and do, but it's cheapened and ruined by one smart-ass player cutting me off and liking it to some obscure potential fetish material halfway through a description. I don't care if you're dedicated to sleeping with a person every night, or out virgining the Pope. But if you can't stow your shit to play a low fantasy, fantastic realism game, which may on rare occasions involve sexual topics, but mostly is just rather raw, you're demonstrating you're bad at roleplay. Don't care about suspense or plot, and put yourself ahead of the table. I've had to do this with one girl. It was a shame, but she had this massive desire to break up my storytelling flows by trying to tie things to fetishes.
I want to know what the fetishes are.
Well,
what was in question? I do definitely think that we're at a point where it feels like, I think everyone's been exposed to the internet a bit too much, and it's obviously bad for everyone's brain.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just got so bad that, again, people are reverting. Like, it's like the pendulum swings. Like, you go too far one way, you're going to get a big kickback, and you're going to go the other way for a bit.
Yeah.
And I feel like definitely that's what's going on with a lot of, in any form of fandom or hobby or anything. You are getting a big pushback because so much has been hypersexualized to the nth degree. I feel like there's a lot we're missing from this one, though. I would like to know more. What are we missing? I think there's a few keys to the.
Give me a blurb.
Yeah, I would love a blurb to find out exactly what we're missing. But he definitely does have a point.
Yeah. Don't interrupt other players. Try to keep conversations in character, even if describing what your character is saying. Try to be ready on your turn. Know what your character does, or ask me to give you hints beforehand so we don't slow the game. Send me a copy of your sheet, usually Google Docs, so I can see what's going on there. Roll your d20 and I will bookkeep for you if you don't know it by heart already. Keep PvP non-lethal and character driven. Try not to split the party as meta roles so people don't wait for you, or if you do roleplay conversations while the other group is being GM'd. Trust GM rulings during game and ask after the session. Please use dice rolling app for damage. No one is having fun watching you count 12d6 for your fireball.
Don't call me out like that, bro. I can't do basic arithmetic. I can't do basic arithmetic off the top of my head.
Keep your character consistent to the game, world and story. Keep notes. It will help you immensely. Have fun and help others people have fun.
I think, yeah.
I
would agree with that across the board. I think that's where we're going to end it. But to dive home on a lot of the big points or the overall feel of this video or thread, I feel like the biggest things is to focus on actually having fun, work with people, communicate. It's communication is the biggest problem. I feel like people are either on a different wavelength or they're just, there's always something going on. Maybe it's maybe you're programmed the wrong way. Maybe you've just got a few numbers, a few
wires are crossed.
Yeah, and they're not quite in the right direction. There's a lot of basic things that people can do, and a lot of people do take it very personally. It's like, oh, how dare you? I should be allowed to do this. It's like, well, it's for the betterment of everyone else at the table. So why not?
You're not the only one sitting here at the table.
Yeah, exactly.
You could be playing with 3, 4, 5, 6 other people.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of want to keep it to a point where
everybody's having fun and nobody's sitting going, oh,
for fuck's sake, not again. Read the room. I think that's the key point.
I think that's the most thing with all of our videos. Read the fucking room, guys.
Yeah, that's what it really boils down to.
But what about you? If there's any DMs in the comments, what are your rules for your table?
What's something that you just know, if you didn't have
what
this
is
in place,
a no-go?
You knew it would be fucked up. I really like Guardbros one where someone's like, oh, can I try and suggest them? It's like, suggest me.
Yeah.
It's like, do you really want to do this?
Suggest Guardbros, you can get through it.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, then, I feel like, honestly, if you guys are interested, check out Guardbros Games. He's live on Twitch most nights of the week.
Yeah.
And, just check out his YouTube channel, links down below. And he also DMs for us on a Sunday. He did us last Sunday there. He won't be back on until the week after.
Yeah, but check out his book, Veil Riders.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I feel like he's
such a good author.
He's a good standard to go by. I feel like there's a lot of wee small things that he does that really brings it. He just wraps it up very nicely. Yeah.
But as always, check out the links down below. Hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!